In this video, I am to showcase a comprehensive argument about why the social media marketing agency or Smma model is dead. And before I even proceed any further, I want to ask you, if it wasn't dead, then why is every top guy that is in our market that is preaching about this model actually doing something completely different? And when I say top guys, I mean top guys such as Charlie Morgan, Iman Gadzhi, Alex Hormozy. Yes, even Alex Hormozy, that's not even in the SMMA space, is doing this exact model that Charlie Morgan and Iman Gadzhi are using. Kai Bax and Cole Gordon. And after studying and implementing the actual model that these guys here, as well as many other top people in the industry are currently using, I was able to achieve numbers such as $30,000 weeks, $15,000 days, multiple four-figure days, multiple high four-figure payouts such as 8,800 payouts, 8,400 payouts, 5,300 payouts, 11K days, 93 clients in 90 days, and $106,000 in a single month. And now, with that being said, in this video, I'll be breaking down the exact blueprint, as well as every system and infrastructure related to acquisition, sales, content systems and strategies, and building an actual systemized company that you can be proud of, and not having a second job that just requires more work and more effort. So we know that business is simply a machine that you put a dollar into it and it spits out more money than you put in, hopefully, right? In other words, it's a game of inputs to outputs. It can be represented visually through this right here. Inputs, which leads to systems, which then leads to outputs. It's very, very similar to a car, in where we input gasoline and the vehicle then has systems which convert gasoline into usable energy, and the output is a functioning vehicle. However, if you have poor quality inputs, you would get bad quality outputs. Imagine if we tried to put low quality gas inside of a Lamborghini. And now what this means is that if we have a bad offer, it doesn't matter how many people we get to know about it, because they won't buy. And it doesn't matter how many people buy, because they will then get terrible results using our offer. So whenever looking at how to build a successful company, I always look at successful companies in different industries to fully understand the tactics, principles, and strategy they're currently using to achieve success. The first way I did this was by studying Alex Hormozy's business gym launch and the exact infrastructure that he used, which allowed him to scale and exit for $46.2 million. Now, if you've never seen it before, this here, let's see if I have it. Okay, let's go with this one. This here is the 7 money models, okay? So as you can see, he has many different systems in place to build one entire infrastructure, which he would sell to his ICP, ideal client profile, of gym owners. From understanding levels of a gym to client acquisition systems to his client journey and solving the problem of churn, all the way down to understanding macro business models. This was every problem he deemed necessary in order to scale a gym owner. Now, the first insight that this allowed me to gather was to understand how to actually structure my offer. And what I realized is we need to build a full solution in whatever market that we happen to be in. The next thing I did was take a look at some of the biggest private equity firms, and what I specifically studied was the strategies that they're currently using to create new value in companies. This allowed me to learn something. When providing value for a business, there are 4 elements in private equity. Some firms tend to call these the 4 buckets of value creation. And now these are sales and marketing. In SMMA world, this would be your lead gen, appointment booking, and actually closing deals. Service delivery and retention, this would be actually delivering your service and retaining the client on the back end. Unique selling proposition, this is your offer and way of communicating value to your market. People and talent, now this is actually placing A-player talent into companies to fulfill on the services and the systems and new infrastructure that you have built. Basically, these are the 4 things we can help someone with that will generate the most amount of value for their company. And now understanding this allowed me to create something called the leverage consultant model. What is that, right? Now, leverage consulting contains the following. It contains consulting services delivered in the form of protocols, frameworks, content, and SOPs, standard operating procedures. It contains the utilization of software solutions such as your go high level CRMs and any other software you may use to get a particular result for a client. The implementation of systems and infrastructure that are tailored to the specific needs of the client. And so the thing is, in a typical SMMA, you're really only doing done for you services. And now when you offer done for you, you're doing not only all the work, because not only do you implement it for your clients, but you then have to manage it as well. And so the issue with this then becomes, it doesn't matter if you're getting paid $2, $3, or even $4,000 per month, you are still being paid for your time, as the work that you provide is correlated to how much you get paid and your time. So leverage consulting does not pay you for your time. It pays you based on the potential of the systems that you have built. It is the idea of providing mechanisms of many kinds in order to create a full solution to a narrow problem, right? Leverage consulting is about solving the full gap for your client and combining coaching and agency elements into your offer for your delivery mechanisms. This makes it easier for prospects to say yes because you're selling the solution and not any particular service or anything in between. It allows you to charge higher ticket. You can ask for more money when you're selling the end goal, and you will also get better results when you're accounting for more problems, as you have greater control over the end result that occurs. So the thing is, we cannot get rich by being a commodity in our market. We can't create wealth by providing a commoditized solution. It's actually physically impossible. And now I want to ask you, who in the history has ever gotten rich by being a commodity? The reason the leverage consultant model works so well is because it is already what every successful person is using to create wealth. Now, the first thing I want to bring up, it's what Alex Hormozi is using himself. With his business Gym Launch, he combines done with you, done for you, and do it yourself. He provides a full solution for gym owners, scales them by solving every aspect in his infrastructure, and he charges an upfront fee of $16,000 as well as a retainer on the back end. The next thing is Kai Bax. He started ScaleClients.io. He combines done with you, done for you, and do it yourself. He launches his client acquisition solution for service-based businesses. He solves every aspect of client acquisition, and this means ads done for you, VSL, do it yourself, and installing a closer done with you and done for you. He charges an upfront fee and a retainer on the back end. Cole Gordon, he started Closers.io. He combines done with you, done for you, and do it yourself. He launches a sales system solution, solves every gap around having top tier sales departments. His delivery mechanisms include a VSL funnel, which is do it yourself. He installs setters into the companies he is working with, which is done for you, but the client then has to manage those setters and closers, which is do it yourself. He charges an upfront fee of $18,000 plus or more, and a retainer on the back end only after the first service is done. So everybody is combining done with you, done for you, and do it yourself to get rich. Why is this happening? Well, in order to understand the reason for this, we need to understand what the actual goal of our delivery model is. Well, the goal of our delivery model is to deliver a desired outcome for our clients, not only as fast as possible, but also as easy as possible as well. And now, in order to accomplish this, our solution must be not only as simple as possible, but also as leveraged as possible. And now we've all heard Naval Ravikant's quote, fortunes require leverage. Every single person has heard this quote. Every single person understands this quote, right? But why are we not applying it? And so this brings me to the application of leverage. We apply leverage because life is too short. A simple 90-year human life existence can be displayed by this small graph right here, right? You need leverage as a business owner. And if we think about the reason you even started a business, it's not to work long hours, right? You started your business because you have things in life that you want to do, things you want to buy, places you want to go to, places you want to travel to, things you want to achieve in your life. Unfortunately, these goals, these dreams that you have to achieve they require monetary commitment. They require finances, right? Your business is simply the vehicle that you are using to achieve those finances, right? So leverage is necessary in this case. We want to own a business. We want to create wealth. The last thing we want is for our own business, the vehicle that we chose to create wealth, to prevent us from actually doing what we want with that wealth. Leverage is how you escape the rat race of still trading your time for money. Utilizing leverage consulting is what breaks the connection between time and your monetary achievements. Okay. In its simplest form, coaching is just the exchange of information for money. And this information can be delivered in many forms. It can be protocols, SOP, standard operating procedures, content, and frameworks. In the simplest form, the agency model is just the exchange of services for money. And you can deliver these services in many forms, but this is where we're actually implementing things such as systems and infrastructure for our clients. A few examples with this would be growth campaign installation, paid ads, appointment setters, and content distribution systems. The leverage consultant offer framework gives us a more leveraged mechanism, which then allows us to build more so of a productized service that we can consistently and predictably install for each and every client we get. There's no variance in each client's service delivery, right? And now when it's productized like this, we can then charge a high ticket price for it, anywhere from 5 to 15K upfront. And since we're not collecting larger sums of capital upfront, we can now hire, outsource, and delegate the work that would have previously consumed all of our time. And now this allows us to achieve scale much, much faster. When I applied this with my inner one-on-one partners, we get results such as Rosu, who is collecting $8,000 in cash in a single day, 16K in a single day in contract value. Mark, who closed 2 deals on a 2K split, made 4K in a single day. Kennel, who added an additional 11K in new MRR in just 3 weeks. Rolando, who closed a 5K PIF from just one client. Mark, who closed a $3,500 split and 6K in contract value. We also have Esteban, who's closing $3,000 deals, and he's closing deals without even needing a sales call. He's 16 years old, by the way. So next, let's go into Omnipresence marketing. So the thing is, when it comes to acquisition, the other day I got an outreach message just like this. It says, listen, Toussaint, I'll book you 6 qualified show up appointments in the next 14 days. And if that does happen, agree to pay me $500. Now, it doesn't take, a genius. It doesn't take Albert Einstein to understand that this message it's quite bad, right? Not only is he pitching a stranger that has 0% knowledge of who he is, his offer, or the importance of his mechanisms and what he does, but also he doesn't even know if I'm in need of what he has to offer. See, the thing is 16 or 6 appointments in 14 days. It's not even half an appointment per day. And he also says, if that happens, right? In quotation marks, if. So that means he's not even confident in his service delivery. That's just a few things to point this out, right? No hate to this guy. Everybody starts somewhere. But the thing is, the make or break factor on whether or not an acquisition strategy actually works is going to be the ability to gain and generate trust, not only quickly, but efficiently as well. And now when sending cold outreach messages, there's a big barrier of trust that is present since you are reaching out to cold strangers that have no prior history or no relationship with you at all. And now in order to fix this and make any acquisition channel work, the best strategy to do is to pair it with all 3 acquisition channels. And so we can typically find our entire market is going to be split up into 3 segments. We'll find a segment of our people, of our market, in something I like to call the sidewalk. People on the sidewalk are not ready to buy what you have to offer. Any message about your product, solution, or offer is going to be flat out ignored. Most of the time, they aren't even aware that they currently have a problem. Now, what this person does need if they find themselves in this market segment is going to be education, insights, and a revelation. And what a revelation means is they need to have an awakening experience to understand, oh, I have a problem and I need this solution, right? Slow lane. Any person in this market segment is problem aware, and they begin to notice how their problem is creating unwanted outcomes in their life. They become more and more receptive to messages that pop up about their solutions. They're looking for some sort of authority figure that can bridge the gap between where they currently are and where they want to be. And now let's talk about the fast lane. Now, this is the best market segment for us business owners, right? For us people looking to make some money. Any person in this market segment understands the problem. They can see a viable solution and they are in need of that solution. But the catch is that only 3% of any given market is going to be in the fast lane. The rest of the 97% is in this lane right here. So the thing is, if only 3% of any given market is actively ready to give us money, then what does this mean? This means we need a system that can not only take advantage of that 3% of the market that is actively searching for a solution, but also the same exact system that's taking advantage of that 3% needs to also actively nurture the rest of the 97% of the market at the same time. And so this is because the name of the game is staying on top of people's minds, but with the correct messaging as well. And so this can only be accomplished through two things: omnipresence and relevance. We want to be sending out relevant messages that allow us to stay top of mind in our market all the time. And so instead of choosing one acquisition channel and only sending direct response to people who are likely uninterested, instead we build an omnipresence which gains us multiple touch points of recognition. And so I've been able to accomplish this omnipresence through the leverage consultant funnel. And so if we take a look at the leverage consultant funnel, we can see it has many things: unique offer creation, allows you to achieve infinite inputs, conversion mechanisms, content distribution systems, pre-call systems, sales systems, right? Infrastructure you need to scale. But if we look very, very closely, we see three different acquisition channels. Why? In order for us to make our success genuinely inevitable, we need value. Value negates luck. So ultimately, we want to use all three ways of getting attention, and utilizing all three ways of getting attention is what allows us to negate luck from being a factor in our success. Negating luck equals first class flights and trips to Dubai. And this is because marketing operates off five core principles. These five core principles that I'm about to tell you cannot be faked by an automated webinar, a fake countdown timer on a sales page, fake scarcity telling your clients or email list that you only have 5 spots left for the entire month, right? Knowing damn well if someone wanted to throw their money at you, you would gladly take it with open arms, right? But these five core principles are going to be winning attention, creating a genuine connection, building trust, showing up consistently to stay top of mind, and making clear, valuable offers. Omnipresence is what achieves the five core principles of marketing. And this is when our audience feels like everywhere they look, they end up seeing us. They feel like they're always learning something valuable from us, always seeing the kind of results we can deliver, always feeling more and more connected to us. And now, when you implement this strategy, you will be genuinely surprised by how much easier it is to make sales. For example, Mark closing 2 deals on a 2K split, making 4K in a day. Keno, anywhere from 2 to 4 closes in a single day. And Adine, 3 sales in a single day. Now I'll show you the exact content system that me and my clients are using to get results like this, where Keno made $3,000 in a single day. And he said the biggest reason we closed this client was also because of the YouTube. So let's talk about that. Content assets. Why is content even important? See, content is the only thing that not only gains you awareness top of funnel, nurtures your leads middle of funnel, converts your leads bottom of funnel, but it also increases conviction of current clients. And guess what as well? If your content is very valuable, all of your current clients that you already have that are still watching your content are going to be stick with you longer and be genuinely overall very pleased with your service. And so this is because it doesn't matter where exactly your current clients get their value from you, as long as they get value from you. Does that make sense? So content is your digital real estate, is the most crucial aspect in getting people to know, like, and trust you. Without it, you will consistently have those deals that fall through the cracks. The one where the prospect says, I'm going to pay later, I'm going to pay tonight, just send me the invoice, I'll take care of it. Then they hop off the phone and you never hear from them again. Or the prospects who you schedule a follow-up call to close them and secure the deal and secure the payment, and they simply do not show up to their follow-up call, right? So content causes exponential growth. Well, how? Simply put, our business is arbitrage. What is arbitrage? Arbitrage is when you buy something at one market and then go to a completely different market with hopes to sell it for more money than we originally bought it for. And a great example of this would be, let's say I buy a stock at the New York Stock Exchange for $10. If I were to then go to the London Stock Exchange and sell that same stock for $11, that would be arbitrage, and I have just successfully made a profit of $1. Business is arbitrage because we are buying customers. We then sell them on our product service solution and make more money than we spent to acquire them. This arbitrage can also be defined as LTV divided by CAC. Now, LTV is the amount of money you will make from a single client over the duration that you provide service to them. CAC is the total cost to acquire a customer. Obviously, in business, we want our cost and expenses to be as physically low as possible. So this is why creating content is so helpful, as it's free to make and record. Now let's talk about the value equation in our content. If you're not familiar, this is Alex Hormozi's equation of value. It means dream outcome times perceived likelihood of achievement, all divided by time delay times effort and sacrifice. And so this is what he says value is. Now, what exactly is valuable content in my personal definition? Well, valuable content is not having some sort of big editing team, a whole bunch of production value, insane editing skills, an expensive camera, right? No. A sick looking background with nice lighting. Your content is actually a service. And in any service, your goal is simply to provide value. So how do we apply this equation? Well, everything on the top should be as high as physically possible. Everything on the bottom should be as low as physically possible. Now let's break down each and every category. Now, when it comes to the dream outcome, it's all about understanding exactly what it is that your viewers want. Do they want entertainment? If you're watching me right now, they most likely don't want entertainment, right? They want education. So the best way to improve the dream outcome and the value in this particular section is to improve your title. Okay. It gets them interested enough to click, and it should be something enticing that people actually want to watch. Improve your thumbnails. This visually portrays what will be discussed in the video. Improve the watcher's ability to understand. So the goal is to have your viewers learn something and then immediately understand it enough to be able to apply it. Now let's talk about the perceived likelihood of achievement. So when it comes to this, you need to deliver on the title of the video, whatever the video is about, immediately. Show your credibility and social proof as fast as you can, but then get on to the video, right? Have a simple outline of what you will be talking about, but all of this beginning stuff before you jump right into the value, it should happen very quick. I would say in anywhere from 8 to 15 seconds, you should be done with the intro and on to the value, okay? Perceived likelihood of achievement time. Not only should you decrease the amount of time it will take for your viewer to achieve their desired result after watching the video, but also decrease how long it takes you to deliver your value in the video. So what that basically means is, if you plan on having a 1 hour video giving straight value, how can you turn that 1 hour into 30 minutes instead and still give that same chunk of value? Okay. Also provide a chronological order of what you will be talking about in the video, just so people know what they're actually going to get from the video if they stay until X time frames, right? Effort and sacrifice. So is it boring and hard to watch your videos? Does the reader or the viewer have to work really hard to understand what it is that you're saying? Or do you make it easily understandable and easily comprehensible? And how hard is it to actually implement your advice after watching the video? What this basically means is, can someone watch your video, click a new tab, and begin implementing your advice? Or do they need to watch your video, go all the way to the store and buy something that they now need, and then go outside, dance 3 times, do something crazy, right? Can they implement it immediately, or is there more steps that are required? So utilizing this equation, I then created something called the Leverage Consultant Content System. So this system gives us a strategy in which we will leverage our content on multiple different platforms. As we can see, it all starts with the content that we're going to make specific to our niche. We will then have multiple different content pillars, which we'll use to make breakdowns, how-to content, how-I content, viral top-of-funnel ideas, trending content topics. That means like what's viral, what's popular in our niche currently, what's popular to talk about, breakdowns, hidden VSLs, and thesis videos breaking down a larger topic. That all stems into our YouTube content. And then from YouTube, we then break it down into smaller segments that we post and cross-post on other platforms such as Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, and Twitter. All right. That all then goes down to our lead magnet. And this is how we generate leads from our content. All in all, this system allows us to generate mass amounts of attention at the top. And then through our conversion mechanisms, we convert the attention into something we actually own. And we do this by turning cold audiences into very hot leads by providing customer solutions, introducing people through our service through the form of a lead magnet. So what this does is it adds us audience members. They get nurtured over time, and then we later convert these people into future customers. All right. Next, let's talk about actually firing ourselves from our company. So the foundation of SMMA is built on hustle mindset. We work very hard. We see some growth, but then ultimately we end up seeing chaos, right? Things get out of control. We start losing money and components, systems in the business begin to break. We make poor short-term decisions to fix things immediately. If we need quick cash flow, we'll sign a bad client that really shouldn't be working with us just because we need that quick cash flow. But then these short-term decisions ultimately hurt us in the long term. And all that happens is a cycle repeats itself. Normally, a business owner will work very hard to see growth, but the issue is the growth and the results are all tied to the contributions of the founder, right? This means if the founder ever gets tired, feels lazy, or is simply burnt out from all the work that is happening, the business collapses. This leads to chaos, things get out of control, and we know what happens after that, right? The foundation of leverage consulting is built on systems thinking. We work very hard to build systems. We see noticeable growth. And instead of chaos, we have leveraged systems. The business then runs predictably and systematically, which leads to scaling. Our systems do the work. Our team functions correctly and does the right work, right? And success and profitability in the company is the inevitable result. Okay. So the thing is, everything from our offer to our acquisition to our operations, all the way down to fulfillment, needs to be built on the back of systems, leverage, and first principle thinking. There are way too many things we need to do as the founder of the company. The constraint on all these things, however, is our time. So as humans, our time on earth is extremely limited. Do you remember this image from earlier representing 90 years of human existence in this small graph? Okay. So our goal should not be to be proud that we can work 10, 12, 14, 16 hours per day. The goal is to spend our time working to build the mechanisms that bring us returns even when we aren't working. Okay. In order to do that, you need systems and hires for these key roles. Okay. And what's the result of this? The end result of building systems was that I was actually able to do things such as take first class flights, trips with my mom, and even take her to Dubai without having to worry that my business would be gone by the time I got back. And the best part is I was actually able to enjoy my time taking these trips and in Dubai because I didn't have a business that was tied to the inputs of myself. Okay. And the last thing I would like to say to you is that if nothing changes, nothing changes. If you were capable of building the infrastructure to create a 7-figure company, then it would have been done already. There's no ifs, no ands, and no buts about this. This is simply a fact that we must accept. And with that being said, I do have an offer for you. And with that being said, I do have an offer for you. I want to partner with you to scale your agency. So what exactly am I offering? We'll create your 5 to 15K leverage consultant offer and help you build a full end-to-end solution for your target market. We'll turn it into something tangible that we can consistently repeat and get predictable results for every single customer. We'll structure the backend and service delivery. As far as mechanisms, we will build you a full solution with our leverage growth model to consistently deliver the market's best client results within your niche. Lead gen will install 3 acquisition workflows into your business: cold, organic, and paid. We'll create your belief shifting VSL, build your lead gen infrastructures, install your trained appointment setters. Appointment booking infrastructure. You will install our full appointment booking infrastructure, access a trained appointment setter, as well as my personal blueprint workflow that I personally use to generate 648 sales calls per month. Now, this is a full breakdown of the infrastructure we'll be installing. You'll also have access to all of our processes, scripts, and operations. Here's proof of claim on the 649 booked appointments. Content system. So you'll get access to the Leverage Consultant content system. We'll give you a strategy to consistently and predictably generate attention flow and demand through each top social platform in our market. Structure on how to create value assets, social proof assets, conviction assets, and objection handling assets, a YouTube content system, short form plus long form strategy, belief shifting via sales, understand how to leverage content to attract your dream clientele. We'll work together to perfect your marketing messaging and communication angles so you can speak directly to the pain points of your target market. We'll also understand how to create objection handling content so sales calls become effortless. Conversion mechanisms. You'll get access to our pre-call sequences, our Google Doc closing structure. What this means is you will have a full template to be able to close someone on a Google Doc. Sales script, deal structure. You will have the contract and agreement structure that has been reviewed by multiple of my lawyers. Sales tracking systems, hiring systems, ramp up systems. This is a full overview of the High Authority sales flow sequence you will have access to, as well as access to all of our processes, scripts, and standard operating procedures. Financial systems, automations, and tracking, okay? You'll also have access to our LC company financials to personally track every single financial metric in your company. And lastly, firing yourself from the company. So you will get access to the following systems. You get hiring systems to recruit and hire A-player talent, employee training and ramp up standard operating procedures, number and data systems to make quick, smart, and data-driven decisions and hold your company accountable, employee management and review systems to optimize the team every single month, financial systems to make sure your cash flow is solid, marketing systems to get consistent and predictable ways to drive lead flow and appointment flow. With our sales systems, you will get consistent and predictable ways to convert appointments into customers, as well as onboarding and fulfillment systems to keep you from getting stuck inside of the company and help you not be terrified of actually scaling your company due to all the workload that will come with assigning new clients. Now, how is this accomplished? Whenever we want to achieve a goal, we must first understand that business is a simple game of inputs to outputs. We will correctly define the output you want to achieve and the inputs necessary for that desired goal. After that, we are simply building the infrastructure we need to scale your company. So if you are ready, then allow me to do the following. Let me productize your offer and help you build a full end-to-end solution for your market. We'll turn it into something tangible that we can consistently and repeatably implement for every single customer. We'll charge a high ticket price anywhere from 5 to 15K upfront. We'll build out your full acquisition system so you can consistently hit the KPIs you need to sign clients effortlessly. We'll build your backend systems, infrastructure, and operations. And to top it all off, I only get paid when you make money. So if this does sound interesting, then I'm currently doing walkthrough and implementation calls where I'll design your 120-day business roadmap and show you exactly how to implement the system that has personally scaled me to $106,000 per month. Now, all you have to do to get access to this walkthrough and implementation call is simply click the first link below, and I will see you on the call. Bye.